Hey, you guys, it's Denise. Today is December 3rd, 2025. I'm sitting here in PJs. I'm all dolled up, you see. And I'm just chilling like a villain. And I have no electricity right now. So for some reason, they're working on something out here in where I live. And I got a visitor who brought me lunch, which was so sweet. Megan, come say hi. Hey! So anyways, I'm doing Jesus's work and love it with all my heart. Very thankful and grateful to be a part of this group. It is such a blessing. And first and foremost, I want to confess that God came down as Jesus Christ, as a man in the flesh. He bled and died on the cross for all of our sins, and the third day he rose again. Whoop, whoop. Okay, you guys, so this is a continuation of the June 17, 2025 prophecy that was given by Jesus through Mandy with Seek Heavenly Things, and her counterpart, G, with Guillermo de la Parra, 303, and just so exciting, you guys. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get this thing rumbling and read Jesus's amazing word. Okay, and yes, this is not AI, and because I've had people say because of my hands, I don't know why my hands look like they're AI, but and I don't have big hands, but I don't know, whatever, wherever. And so let's get rolling. So I knew sin was entering in the world, causing the temporal world to be made, contaminating hearts from the very beginning. But it was all a setup from the very beginning. Did you know Adam and Eve agreed to the fall in the garden? Oh my gosh, they agreed? But they didn't remember because I allowed their memories to be taken. It was an agreement I had made with them and everyone else inside the original kingdom. We all compromised as a family of Christ to sacrifice our memories for the good of destroying evil in the lake of fire. You hear that? Evil, not man. So I have used the double inheritance spirit on top of the serpent snake, who was the double spirits in the garden, combined together with Lilith and Adamas and Ishtar and Lucifer. But I mixed them up. I put Lilith and Ishtar together in the Lilith suit, and I put Adamas and Lucifer together in the Adamas suit. But those were the fallen ones, mixed with light and darkness inside their spirits. They were not the originals in the first heaven, which was the original heaven, the one that didn't have the fallen line, the one that stayed pure. See? And that is because before I created the fallen line of duplicates in the second heaven, they used to be good. The original creation is still good in heaven, but their fallen duplicates that I have created, they have the fallen spirits inside them because they were mixed with light and darkness. So there were a total of 3 spirits inside of Adamas. Because my spirit, Yahshua HaMashiach, was used as the light part to warn Eve in the garden and the Olam world. And the other 2 spirits were Adamas and Lucifer inside Adamas with the spirit on top, trying to warn Eve to recognize the darkness after she tasted the fruit and gave it to her Adam. And Adamas was created as another duplicated spirit of Lucifer, who is another duplicate of the fallen line of Lucifer, but Lucifer had all the fallen lines of light and darkness inside him, matching the spirits and the particles created with his duplicate spirit, which was of the light and darkness as well, because it was a part of the evil doppelganger line. And I was using all of that to show all of the fallen lines in the deception in the garden and the Olam world. That was showing the fall of mankind. And that is what I was using the fallen line for inside Adamas and Lilith's suits, lining them up with the same gender spirits in the garden and Olam world to show the fall in the beginning so I could redeem the fall in the end. So Adamas and Lilith tempted the original Eve in the garden, not the fallen one, and Lilith helped tempt Eve with her seduction, and Lilith is also Ishtar. Because Ishtar, she was another fallen duplicate of Eve, doppelganger line, because Ishtar held all the fallen lines as well for mankind because she was Lucifer's soulmate, the duplicate one, not the original one in heaven. That is because he was her rib. So they knew that Eve was pure because she was created from the purest light, and the resonating light was inside her. So they wanted to take her light and let her fall to darkness, since she wasn't half light and half darkness like them. You know how it goes? When one is suffering, many people want to pull you down so that they don't feel so bad. Kind of makes sense, right? Where that all comes from. Makes you think. Because she was the original creation. She was made in God's love as his masterpiece. For all soulmates. So they wanted her to fall and not be pure any longer. And that was because they were jealous of her. They wanted her light. Because they knew the light had power, and they knew Eve was one of the souls that was created with God's power, which is why she had the resonating light inside her. And they knew if they seduced her and tempted her with this delicious fruit, who wasn't Adam, her rib, that she would fall and experience darkness, so it would dim her light and transfer some of her light inside them, giving them power with her energy going into them, because she was made with God's power and energy. So when she exchanged herself with them, she would be transferring the light power to them, and that would cause her to fall in darkness. So when your Father in heaven, was creating the fall and the deception in the garden by allowing it to happen, I made sure all of the fallen spirits were used inside them. Very smart. He's clever. To reverse the fall of mankind in the end, when I purified all the darkness, turning them back to light in the end, to save the fallen duplicate line, to make them the light again with no darkness. You see, I was setting it up from the beginning so I could save them in the future. So, I was the one who said to my pure Eve in the garden, who was the original Eve, I said to her certain words to wake her up. When I used the double inheritance spirit on Adamas on the top of the snake, and I said to Eve, who told you you would surely die? I used the serpent snake, but my spirit was on top guiding her, so she could recognize the darkness that was pretending to be an angel of light, deceiving her after she indulged in the fruit. And after she ate, what did she eat? Erica. And then she called on her Adam to eat the fruit as well. And as they were eating the fruit together and enjoyed the fruit, that is when I spoke to her and said, who told you you would surely die? My frequencies woke her up. When I said that to her, something jolted in her spirit as she recognized my voice. As she was eating the fruit and she realized darkness was in front of her after she ate. But you see, I didn't speak up and tell her that until after she ate and until after Adam ate, because I needed the fall to happen to lure in evil, the temporal world, and she and her Adam agreed to the fall by her and his own free will before their memories were taken away. But then when I spoke those words, the frequencies resonated inside her heart, and she recognized my voice. Then she was able to remember and get out of her darkness and realize darkness was all around her, trying to beguile her, and trick her. Beguile, guys, that's in the word, okay? And trick her, and you have to look up beguile. But I never truly let the original spirit of Eve and Adam fall, because I created the duplicate line of the fallen, because I knew the deception was coming in the garden and in the Olam world. So the temporal world would be made. So before Eve tested the fruit with Lilith and Adamas, or Lucifer and Ishtar, because I had their spirits inside the suits, I switched Eve's original spirit out to the fallen line of Adam and Eve as I created as one, but I just put Eve's fallen spirit in the original Eve, so it wouldn't really be her falling. It was the fallen duplicate spirit now inside her and no longer the original. So the original stayed pure and they couldn't steal her light. But before Adam ate, I did the same thing for Adam. I switched out his spirit to the falling duplicate line. So when she gave him the fruit to taste, he stayed pure as well, because the original never fell. So by her and him tasting the fruit together with someone that wasn't her or his rib, that is how sin entered the world, and that's why it was forbidden fruit. Don't you see the bad seed had to be born in order for it to be born? I had to put the fallen seed on top of the fallen duplicate of Adam by using the double inheritance spirit to create the fallen seed. And that is why forbidden fruit was sex. Who wasn't your soulmate? And that is what adultery truly means. It's sleeping with someone who is not your rib and was not created for you. You see, I am showing you a pattern here of true soulmates being your rib. And if you are with them intimately and they are not your rib, they are forbidden fruit. It's never what you think. Don't lean on your own understanding. Doesn't the Bible say that? Jesus is showing everyone now the truth, what really happened. Are you going to believe? Are you going to be prideful and arrogant and think all these years that you study the Bible that you know everything? Well, guess what? You don't. Does that surprise you? Guess what, guys? The truth is coming out. He's revealing everything. We're in the end times. Wake up. If you don't know salvation, if you don't have salvation, it's time. Call Jesus. Ask him to come into your heart. He loves all of his children, and I mean all. And he said, come as you are. All right, you guys. Have a blessed miércoles, which is Wednesday in Spanish. Stick around for part 19. Love y'all. Be blessed.